What's going on, everybody? I'm David, and this is our family's small shop, Mickey and Mandy. We're Disney adults that create custom bags, screen printed shirts, and handmade home decor inspired by everybody's favorite magical theme parks. And today we're actually going to be looking into this handmade home decor that I have on the wall behind me. Kind of like what I did with our handmade bags, we're going to be doing some deep dives into the different pieces of home decor for both of my backdrops. I'm very excited to show off the home decor because this was sort of where I got my start with Mickey and Mandy. So a little bit of backstory, I actually used to be a teacher and I left the profession right around COVID. And when I did, my mom, the Mandy half of Mickey and Mandy, gave me the opportunity to kind of use some of my creative skills to create some home decor. We were wanting to get some home decor on the shop for a while, never really got around to it, but since I had the free time now, I was able to kind of dust off my Adobe skills. So actually, the very first 3 signs that ever came onto our website is our splash collection. I have those on the wall behind you here. And the prompt that I kind of gave myself for the splash signs is the prompt that I use for all the home decor on our website. That it needs to be just this little piece of the Disney parks that we kind of yank off the wall, put our own spin to it so that way you can bring some of that magic into your home. Trying to remind you of those super happy, pleasant memories from the Disney parks, if it's from a recent trip or it's from your childhood. And a little bit more about our home decor. They go through a rigorous design and redesign and test run process. If it's not good enough for my wall, then it's not good enough for our shop, which means it's not good enough for your home. So these are the signs that have made the cut. So normally the home decor starts off with a very rough sketch, and then I take that sketch and kind of clean it up in Illustrator, and if it gets the green light, then we're able to move on to the next stage, which is creating the stencil. And that can be the more difficult part of the process because you see that some of our signs have a fun shape to them. So then it turns into we need to make sure that the stencil is the right shape, is the right size, that it's got all the different things that we can still fit in the artwork. And then after cutting out the stencil comes the different test drives where we play with the different colors, how we're going to assemble this thing. Like our Matterhorn bobsled sign that I have again on the wall behind you, that is one that was probably a year in the making. We go several months before we drop a new piece of home decor sometimes because it's a lot, and I'm very particular. So moving on from the process here, let's start digging into the home decor that I have on the wall behind me. We'll start with this very first one. This is our Skipper Canteen sign. Inspired by the sit-down dining opportunity at the Magic Kingdom by the same name, Skipper Canteen offers delicious food, very humorous servers, and probably the most refreshing drinks at the Magic Kingdom. I absolutely love Skipper Canteen, and this sign actually came from a place of wanting to kind of add a little bit of something to my outdoor patio in my old house. We were surrounded by trees. We had a bunch of plants on our screened-in porch. It just had Adventureland vibes. So I was like, Skipper Canteen. So designing this from a layout perspective was actually super easy with trying to find the different fonts and how it was going to be spaced out. But it was assembling this sign that ended up being the most difficult part because it's actually made up of 3 separate bits. You have this top blue bit that is just wood glued to the main part, and it's this main part that's holding all the weight. Normally all of our signs have 1 D-ring hanger. This one's got 2. And then we've got this bottom part here that is held up by 2 chains screwed into the 2 different parts. And although this didn't end up making it onto our screened-in porch, that was a different sign, I'm still very pleased with how this turned out. The perfect addition for anybody who absolutely loves Adventureland, or if you're like me and Skipper Canteen is one of your favorite dining spots at Disney World. I'm a big fan of the Skipper Canteen Shandy and the It Tastes Like Chicken because it is. Check both of those out your next time that you go. And then another piece of home decor that I have on this backdrop, this is our Jock Lindsay sign. This was the other sign that was in the running for our screened-in porch at our old house. This was the one that ended up winning. This is my favorite dining spot at Magic Kingdom. This is my favorite dining spot at Disney Springs. There is nothing on this menu that I wouldn't get again. I'm also a huge Indiana Jones fan. I just love the vibe of that place. But this ended up presenting a different challenge from this because for one thing, we have these curved top here that kind of has to go all the way around. So that way it looks like the top of an airplane hangar. But then there's also this part down here, the bar that's over the letter A in hangar. This is a 3D wood glued hand painted element. Nothing that is stenciled on here. Now, cutting the piece, painting the word bar on it, not difficult. Adjusting where to put the D-ring hanger in this sign was difficult because you can't put it in the middle because you've got this bar part down here. So the second you put it in the middle, it's going to shift. Learned that one the hard way. So this sign is actually funny if you were to order it and get it because every single Jock Lindsay sign is going to genuinely be different. Because this is always going to be a different piece of wood. There's going to be little differences in how it's cut, the weight, things like that. So the way it shifts is going to be different every single time. But what you'll probably see are a lot of little tiny holes in the back of this sign, because that's me trying to figure out where to put the D-ring hanger so it is straight on your wall. I absolutely love this sign. Everything about this, I'm a fan. Can you still see me? Okay, I know this is weird, but stay with me because the other two pieces of home decor are up here. So moving right along here with the smaller pieces of home decor on my backdrop, this first one here, I'll talk about this one first. This is our Himalayan Escapes piece of home decor. This kind of rounds out a very specific mountain collection that we have on our website, mickeyandmandy.com. The Disney mountain range is a favorite of ours over here. We loved Splash when it was still open. We're big fans of Big Thunder. I will never get bored of Space. If I ever need my back adjusted, Matterhorn bobsleds, that's the one that I'm gonna hit up. But I feel like the one that is kind of underappreciated is Expedition Everest over at Animal Kingdom. So I kind of wanted to round out the Disney Mountain Range collection with a piece that honors Expedition Everest, the legend of the Forbidden Mountain. I absolutely love that attraction. The amount of Imagineering and storytelling and details that go into the queue, that go into that mountain, it's absolutely insane. And I know that what I've done with this sign doesn't even touch what the Imagineers were able to do for that coaster, but I still love it. I absolutely love how this turned out. Because kind of what I was going for was that canvas banner at the entrance to the attraction. So it looks a little torn, it looks a little tattered, there is some discoloration to it. Some of the font in here is kind of faded. Definitely a must-have for any Animal Kingdom fans out there. And before I move on to our last piece of home decor here, I just want to say very quickly, if you haven't checked out our family's small shop, mickeyandmandy.com, please do so. My mom makes handmade customizable bags like this backpack here. My dad actually has a huge hand in making the home decor that I've gone through today. And my sister get to make screen printed shirts. We have an absolute blast designing those. Disney is our passion. We love to create and we want to share those creations with you. So be sure to check us out. Again, that is mickeyandmandy.com. Okay, now on to our last piece of home decor so I can bring you back down to my level here. This is our Hollywood Tower Hotel sign. If the Splash collection was the first round of home decor, this was kind of the round two. Another one that we had a lot of fun with. This was one that kind of everybody on the team had a hand in this one because we knew what we wanted the color scheme to be with that sort of red carpet red and that golden era of Hollywood gold for the font. But it's the Tower of Terror, so there's going to be this element of mystery and foreboding and maybe something not super great happened here. So that's why when you see this sign, yes, it has the red and yes, it has the gold, but it's got some of that black scarring kind of mixed into it too. Almost as if it is a hotel that has been abandoned since October of 1939. And this is another one like Expedition Everest. I absolutely love the Imagineering that went into this attraction. Don't be surprised if I do my own video at some point later down the line talking about how fantastic this attraction is from an Imagineering perspective. The details, the storytelling, it's beautiful. And again, what I do for this sign, it will not be able to touch what the Imagineers did for that attraction. But knowing that I was able to at least do something to tip the hat, if you will, to the Tower of Terror at Disney's Hollywood Studios, that's enough for me. Definitely a must-have for any Disney's Hollywood Studios fans or any fans of the Tower of Terror. Okay, and we're back down here. So that is the home decor that I have on my first backdrop here. All of these are available on our family's small shop, mickeyandmandy.com. And let us know in the comments of the ones that I have shown you today. Do you have a favorite? Or even better, is there a piece of home decor that maybe you would like to see on our website? Let us know in the comments. And if you're not already, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. We are going to Disney later this year, so there's going to be all sorts of content on that. There's going to be vlogs. We're going to be making shirts and bags, really digging into that trip. It's going to be a blast. And also be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads so that way you don't miss out on new product drops and any awesome sales that our shop is going to be running. But more importantly, thank you all for watching. Thank you for getting us to 50 subscribers, and we'll see you real soon.